Hello and a very warm welcome to you here on Crafters TV. We have got a masterclass lined up for the next 2 hours, so I really hope you can stay tuned, be inspired and hopefully bag a bargain as well, because we've got some incredible deals coming up on this afternoon's masterclass. Perhaps this is the first show that you've joined us here today on Crafters TV. Well, it's so lovely to have your company, but if this is your first show of the day, you will have missed the spinning of this here wheel this morning. We spun that wheel. It's my second time spinning the wheel. I was a little bit nervous because I wanted to make sure that I got a nice good deal for you guys at home, but I'll be honest, I think we have got an absolutely cracking deal as today's daily deal as part of our 12 days of Craftmas event. So throughout the throughout the first 12 days of December, we are spinning that wheel on the first show of each and every single day. We're seeing what that wheel lands on, and that's going to be your daily deal that is valid for that one day only. Today, you can get £5 or $5 off any purchase that's over £30 or $30 by just using the code you can see at the bottom of your screen there, 5 off. So pop that into the promo code box and you can get £5 or dollars off your purchase. One use per customer, standard T's and C's apply. Do check out the website for all of those. But you can take advantage of that code even on bundles, so you'll see some of the incredible savings that we've got across the bundles that we're bringing to you on this afternoon's masterclass. As long as those bundles are over £30 or dollars, you can absolutely take advantage of that fantastic £5 or $5 saving. Now this afternoon's masterclass is about one of my favourite things I have to say, nesting dies, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. But I'm over on this side for today, so over on the other side, of course, we have to have a super inspiring crafter who's going to inspire us with lots of hints, tips and techniques. She did the same on this morning's craft vault, and it's going to be no different on this afternoon's masterclass. It is, of course, Miss Giggles herself. It's a lovely Debbie Fisher. Good afternoon, Debbie.
I was looking behind me to see who else was in the building.
No, we've got you.
That was very nice, Lily. Thank you so much. Yeah, like you, Lily, I absolutely adore nesting dies. For me, apart from cardstock and the Gemini, you cannot not have a set of nesting dies. Every single crafter must. It is an absolute must to have a set of nesting dies. Whether it's just, I would say you need a generic set of nesting dies, so where you just have your basic shapes, and then you need some really fancy nesting dies as well, because they just offer you so much versatility and so many options of being able to create just the most amazing makes, and I can't wait to show you some of the things that I've got lined up.
Absolutely, I am very much looking forward to this show, and I'm exactly the same as Debbie. When you start crafting, some of the most essential dies that you should be thinking about adding to your die cutting stash, of course, are nesting dies. Those straight edge dies, those fancy edge dies, and we've got some super, super decorative, gorgeous dies coming up on today's show when it comes to all of your nesting dies. I'm going to take you through a range of occasions, whether it's going to be every day. We've even got some Christmas dies at bargain prices as well, so definitely something for everybody on this afternoon's masterclass. Now, do get those questions coming in. Masterclasses are all about taking you through step by step all of those different hints, those tips, those techniques. So if you do have any questions, particularly if you are new to crafting, do fire them across to us on the socials, and I'll get them across to Debbie, and I'm sure between us at least we can get them answered. We do still have our lovely Nicola in the gallery producing, steering us, keeping us on course, and we've also got Jamie Vision mixing as well, getting all those fabulous shots. There's some great ones this morning, I have to say, and I'm sure that there'll be no different on this afternoon's masterclass. On the socials, we've still got our lovely Rachel, and we've got a few hellos to say already. Sarah Brown is saying hello again. It's now 2 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. Blimey me. I was going to say that's late, but no, it's early. But blimey me, it's lovely to have you joining us. Carletta Morris is saying good morning. Our lovely Laurie from the design team is saying hello again. Sunny's out. It's going to be a beautiful day. Well, it's a beautiful day in the UK for crafting, put it that way, because the weather is not great. Rosalind is saying hello, and Jay Pressy is saying good afternoon, all from Philadelphia. Now, without further ado, I think it's time that we dive into some of the fantastic nesting die collections that we've got to share with you on this afternoon's masterclass. And first up, we're going to talk all about our everyday nesting dies, and these are fantastic because these are our everyday border nesting dies. Now, these give you lots and lots of different options when it comes to the ways that you can be cutting these, whether you're going to be cutting them together, separately, mixing and matching. There is so much versatility within this collection. It's a 6-piece collection. When we say 6 pieces, we're talking about 6 packs of dies, because you're getting 24 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of £56 or $64. Don't forget as well, with that being over £30 or $30, you can take a £5 off that with the code 5OFF. So first up, we all love them. I always think it's almost like the symbol of craft, if you like, a butterfly. They are great for so many occasions, whether it's going to be spring, summer, or all year round. We're using butterflies in our crafting. This is our gorgeous kaleidoscope of butterflies. You can see here, each die set is going to contain multiple dies. You've got that outer frame that's going to cut that outer frame as a solid. Use it with the next die in and you can cut an aperture into the middle of there. Then you've got another solid which can be the outer for that inner die, or it can also be cut into the larger die. You can start to see some of the different options you've got just by mixing and matching the way that you're cutting those dies. So 2 decorative dies and 2 solid dies within that die set. And it's the same sort of system with every single one of those die sets I'm about to show you. So we've got our butterflies, but we're also bringing to you some flowers. So think of maybe cutting this in some of your white cardstock, maybe it's going to be Nina cardstock, and bringing in those tri-blends. I mean, did you see that offer we had on our tri-blends on this morning's craft fall? Incredible deal on those pens. Check the website out for that one. But you could be picking out all the detail with your pens, colouring that in, but equally, like you can see here, cut it in just black cardstock in silhouette, and it looks absolutely amazing. Next up, perhaps you're starting to think about your Valentine's Day cards for next year. Maybe it's going to be scrapbook pages, maybe it's going to be anniversary cards, wedding cards. Going to be absolutely perfect for those sorts of occasions. This being our Amore, beautiful heart detail within here. Think of snipping into some of the pieces as well. Looks amazing cutting some of your textured card, linen card with a little bit of ink around the edge. Such a pretty die, but once again, works portrait and landscape. And it's the same with all these die sets actually. You can be using them in either orientation, so it gives you even more options when it comes to the ways in which you can use these. Next up, we've got our Regency swirls. Beautiful, delicate filigree design that you've got within there. Of course, you could be snipping into that, using those as separate corners if you so choose, but all of the mixing and matching possibilities makes these super versatile, and definitely one that's going to be used time and time again in your crafting. Next up then we have our beautiful entwined vines. This one could be used for autumnal occasions by bringing in those brown, those burnt orange, those burgundy colour tones. Looks amazing for your Thanksgiving cards, but equally so it's going to look great for all of those masculine makes as well. Perhaps cut in black card with a little bit of gilding wax around the outside. And then finally, the last one of our designs as part of this 24 die collection is our fantastic seasoned leaves. Now, what season is this going to be for? Well, that choice is entirely down to you. Is it going to be in greens? Is it going to be springtime? Is it going to be summertime? Or maybe bringing in those autumnal colour tones for fall, for Thanksgiving, for harvest festivals, even for Halloween if you so choose. Lots and lots of different options. Once again with that amazing set of dies. So 6 sets of dies in total, that's 24 dies across the collection for £56 or $64. I absolutely love these. I think they're fantastic, and I know Debbie is a big fan of these die sets as well.
Oh, massive, yeah, massive, Lily. Me and Craig, I think these have been our favourite dies this year. I love that we've put that border in. We've got that sort of inverted border, and then the one that goes out as well. I think they're absolutely stunning. There is so much you can do with these dies, and I love the fact that we've put in those 2 outer edges on them as well, which makes them even more versatile. Now, some of these samples really show, well, in fact, all the samples really show what you can do with them. Gorgeous designs, whether you put them on a small or a big card. This is a really large card, and then just using them on here look absolutely exquisite. What about using a paler pink colour? Look how pretty that card is. Using them on an easel card. I'm going to use my first demo using an easel card, but in a little bit of a different way. So we're going to pop that one there. In different colours, they're just going to give a completely different look. So you can see that one, just very understated on that patterned paper, but it really makes those words pop out. I absolutely love using mirror card with them. Look how fancy that looks. It's just gorgeous. So whatever papers you put them onto, that is going to really stand out from the crowd. This one's gorgeous as well. That blue, the whites, that gold behind makes it look really cool, especially if you're making that shaker card that's the element in there. We've got a pink and silver here, and you can see by adding that extra layer underneath, which is that shadow effect, really makes it pop. What about just creating a frame, another beautiful design that you can put on side there? I just think that's exquisite, especially when you can see those butterflies on the inside. You wouldn't even think that was one of the nesting dies. Using them in different ways, matte and layering them on each other, using them to create apertures, everything that you can see here, you can do this and many, many more things. I love this heart one. Again, it's the one I'm going to use in the first one. This is very creative as well. It's actually been used to make the frame, but then cut and snipped into to make the borders at the side. So another really ingenious way of using them. Right, shall we get into our first demo?
Let's do it.
I'm going to be using the Amore. So that love one I thought is absolutely beautiful. And I was thinking the same as you, Lily. I was thinking, right, we're coming into Christmas, we're going to the new year with then Valentine's is going to be upon us. So I thought, well, actually, let's just make quite a basic demo, but I'm going to use it as a photo frame.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that first one to start with, and we're just going to use that one die, bearing in mind we've got this inner part and then 2 extra pieces. So this one I'm going to use onto just some gold cardstock. We're just going to place that on there, and then we're going to cut it out. And in fact, as I've got my big plates, I will just cut another one at the same time.
Okay.
So let's use, in fact, I'm going to use the inner part. So let me just take this one, and we can just die cut that, and we'll cut that onto, I could cut it inside, but I want to leave this one, and I'll show you in a second. So I'm just going to use this one on the side. Now, because it's 2 parts, this one, the smaller one, actually, that is a creator card die. So if I was to cut that inside this card, it would stay inside this card. So I need the die to cut out that layer there. So we're going to pop that into place. I'm going to use just some low tack tape. Tape that one down. The only reason I want to tape this down is because I want to make sure that the frame doesn't slip. So we're just going to tape that down in 2 parts. The other one I'm not worried about because it's one die that's going to stay put. As long as I'm careful with my plates, it's going to stay put on my platform. So we're just going to have our cutting plate, then I'm going to put my plastic shim, my magnetic, and then my top plate on the top of there. And then all we're going to do is I'm just going to be very careful, run that through our Gemini 2 machine, and just let that machine do all the work for us.
And talking of Gemini 2 machines, wow.
I know.
This has proved very popular today. I'm thinking, do you know what, Debbie? I think a lot of people might be getting this in their Christmas stocking.
I think
that's what's happening at the moment. I think people are thinking, do you know what? I've got a crafter in my life which I absolutely adore. You literally could not get them a better present than that. We will be talking you through this machine a little bit later on as we go throughout the show, but details are at the bottom of the screen. It's a best ever price. We've done that machine on. It's our Gemini 2 die cutting and embossing machine. Today's price is £199.99. The US price is a little bit more than $0. It's not quite that good a deal. We will get those details up as we go throughout the show, but you'll see the details over on the website. It's an amazing machine. It's what Debbie's been using all day here on Crafters TV. You see it time and time again. It doesn't move from that table because it is a stalwart in our crafting, but we will be going through that in more detail a little bit later on.
Yeah, it's such a good deal. I love it when you can get the Gemini on a really good deal. Right, when you've die cut this one, you can see it's cut a whole piece out. What you want to do is keep these little pieces. Can you see there's a heart? So you've got 2 hearts, top and bottom. So you've got those 2 there. And then you've got some funny shaped hearts, which are these shaped ones, which are going to come out of this side piece, okay? So you're going to keep those. I've already got some to the side. So we'll pop that one to the side because we're keeping that as a whole. This one has cut out beautifully, so we've got that inside piece and the outside piece, so that's come as one whole as well. So we want to leave that. Now you want to do this again in blue. So once you cut it in blue, you'll have your gold and your navy blue. The other one though, in the blue, so I've got this one. I've used this from one of my paper pads. I think it was something like the retro rainbows, something like that. It was one of the paper pads, but you'll have your own colours that you want to use. And then, let me just pop that to the side, turn my plates over.
I think in the Sarah Signature Snow Queen, there's a similar colour, I think.
Oh, okay, yes. There is some navies in some different ones, aren't there? So, which is good. Right, take out all your bits from your die. We're going to cut this out of blue, but this time we're going to use our other die. So you've got the 2 straight edge ones. One is for this one, and then this one is to create your in part. Now, if you just wanted to use it as a frame, you could decide what size frame you want to use. So if you wanted it cut out like that and have the whole thing cut out, you can. If you want to create a bigger border, to create a bigger border, use this one and that will create that extra border inside. So you decide. We're going to use the one here because then that way I know that the other one will fit in, although we're not going to be using it like that. And then all I'm going to do with this one again, we're going to run this one through, just making sure that that die is central. Use the tape to tape that down, and then on the other side as well, just so that's in 2 places. And then I'm just going to make sure we put my dies back. So pop those back inside so don't lose them.
If you
and
did
then
pick
run
out
that one through.
those die storage folders we had on this morning's show, I mean, to store in the medium one, I think would be ideal for these dies, just to keep them all in position.
Yes.
That would work nicely.
Absolutely, I love that idea. Right, so you're going to run that one through, and then that's going to give you your outer frame as well. So let's take that one out. So what I wanted with the inner frame, rather than use it as a matte and layer, which is what you would normally do with your nesting dies, let's take this one out so I can show you how beautiful that one is. I mean, this one, if you wanted to, you could then use this die. That could then go through onto this one, and that gives you a bigger frame right on the outside edge. So there's different ways that you can use these frames. And then this one, let me just take all my little bits out. That will create your beautiful frame. So you're just going to push all those pieces out. So that creates your outside edge. So let's just tidy these up a second. Bring this one back in. I've already got one that I've took all my little pieces out just to make it a little bit quicker. And then we're going to matte and layer these. So I wanted to create a photo frame. So what I have done, I've got a picture here of me and my partner Al.
Aww.
Now this was, look at that blue sky. It makes me very jealous.
Take us there.
Very jealous of myself. I mean, very wish that I was there again. So I've cut this to the size of my frame, so that will fit perfectly inside. So what I've done is use that inside frame to actually cut my photo out. So that then I know is the perfect frame to go inside my photo. But what I also want to do is I want to matte and layer this onto this part, and we want to create just that slight sort of tinge of gold underneath to really make that pop, and that's going to make it look really amazing. So we're going to do that first before we stick the photograph in. So all I'm going to do is take my dotty tape pen. Let's just grab the back of that cardstock, and I can use that. And then we'll just put the dots. I love the dotty tape pen. I think we've still got some in stock, haven't we?
I believe so,
Sometimes when I use them, they're then out of stock. But you could use adhesive sheets if you wanted to, or you could use your little intricate bottle of tacky glue, and you can put little globules of glue around it if you wanted to use a wet glue. So let's pop that to the side, and then we're just going to hover this on top. So I'm going to do it while I've got this here, and I'm just going to very, very slightly just come to the right hand side and just slightly down, and that's going to give me a real slight drop shadow. And I love that technique because it really does make that pop. You can really, if I just go, there you go, you can really see that with that light. So it's something that's really worth doing, isn't it, Lily, to just have that drop shadow.
And it's funny because every time I've used that particular dye, I've always gone for either pinks or reds. And doesn't it work nice in the navy blue? I wouldn't have thought of doing
nice
that.
with blue. I love navy. I'm a bit of a blue girl. And the reason being is because I do have pads that I quite like more than any other pads throughout the year. And one of my favourite pads this year has been the Mediterranean Dreams.
Oh, yes.
I love Mediterranean Dreams. I think it's the first time we did something that was quite different, those blues, those lemons. So I really thought, when I looked at the photo, I thought that's what we need, because I have got the blues and the yellows in there, and that's what then I thought I need to do navy with.
Absolutely.
So we're going to just pop that right into the frame. Again, I'm being really careful not to damage my photo. Turn that over again, and then just give that a little bit of a sort of burnish down. And that's going to make sure that all that adhesive is going to stick. I've now got my photo frame, and then we're going to put a card together. So I've decided that we would have, because I've only used one nesting die, and then we've got our other nesting die, what I did is done exactly the same thing. So that's got that drop shadow on there as well with the gold. And then I've just put I've cut some of our tape down and put just a thin layer to make that a little bit higher, because I want to use that as actually the stopper for my easel card. So I've created my little easel card, got that beautiful papers from the Mediterranean Dreams, and we're going to use this just to create. So even though this was Paris, the picture was took, I just thought the patterns on here were beautiful to go with the picture. And the gold really picks out as well in the yellow that's in the picture as well. So we're just going to pop that onto there. I'm using my nesting die as a stopper, so I don't need to have this one at any height. This is just going to go straight in. So let's pop that here, right in that centre.
Oh, I do love those papers. They are beautiful.
So nice, aren't they? And then I've just done the same here, just in case anyone wants to know the size. I've done it 4.5 by 5 3/4, and then I've just done a quarter increment smaller for my matten layering. And I've just created this easel card, so let's just pop that all into play. And this is one of the simplest ways of using nesting dies, so I thought we would start with sort of the simplest way of using them, like as in a photo frame, and then we would build up to using your nesting dies in different ways. So we're just going to pop that on the top.
I think it's fantastic with nesting dies because of course you can use them almost like in their raw form like we have here, just as a photo frame. But if you're a little bit more advanced, if you like to experiment with different techniques, then nesting dies are absolutely going to enable you to do that. Lots of different techniques that you can do with them that I know Debbie will be sharing with you throughout the course of this masterclass. So definitely a very versatile sort of type of dies to have in your crafty stash.
Yeah, they definitely are. I don't think you just can't go wrong with them, can you, Lily? I think they're the one thing that I would struggle if I didn't have them. There's so many different uses. So that creates our easel card there, which is really nice. So this is then going to be our stopper. So I'm going to pop this on the inside. Because we've put that a little bit higher, it means when we bring our easel card in, we can literally, that will butt up against there. So all I'm going to do is take away the layer, the protective layer from our foam pads. So just take that one off the top. That's then going to create our middle layer. So just like so. And then on the inside, I've literally just got a with love tag, a bit of ribbon, and I've put double layer of foam pads on here. So I want this to protrude a little bit higher. So we're literally just going to pop that on here. And then all we need to do is to pop our photo on the front. So let's just, in fact, I think, let's find, oh, there's one there. I think we'll just heighten our photo a little bit as well. And then, oh, he said it, he said it. No. Are you ready for a sing-song? Are you ready for a sing-song?
Why not?
What am I using, Lily?
Foam tape.
No, not foam tape.
Oh, no, sorry, apologies. I believe it's foam on a roll.
Yay!
Foam on a roll,
foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey!
There we go.
Oh, thank you, Lily.
That's all right. We need a bit of a sing-song on a Sunday.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're literally going to pop our photo in the centre. I'm just going to turn that over to just push that down a bit more, just so I don't get grubby fingers. And there we go. Just pop that up, and we've got our easel card made out of our nesting dies.
That is absolutely beautiful, Debbie. I love that. I love the idea of popping a photo on the front of the card. I think that's lovely. I think so often we think of putting them just on our scrapbook pages, but why not personalise your cards with your very own photos? And you can see how easy it is to draw the eye into the centre of that card, how to frame that photo absolutely perfectly using those fantastic nesting dies. Now, these were your everyday border nesting dies, coming to you for a Platinum Club price today of £56. Or $64. I'm going to quickly run through all the fabulous designs that you've got as part of this 6-piece collection. 24 dies in total across those 6 die sets, and you're getting a real plethora of different sorts of designs that are going to be ideal for a range of different occasions, whether it's going to be every day, whether it's going to be Valentine's Day, perhaps it's going to be birthdays, maybe it's more masculine mates, Thanksgiving. It's all covered within this fantastic collection. So first up, you've got the one that Debbie's just used there, our lovely Amore. And then we move on to our fantastic seasoned leaves. Next up, then we have our fantastic entwined vines, and think of perhaps of mixing and matching the different sets together as well. There's nothing from stopping you doing that. Then we have got our gorgeous Regency swirls. Next up, we have got our rose garden, and then finally we've got our kaleidoscope of butterflies. All 6 die sets, 24 dies in total, for a Platinum Club price today of £56 or $64. And don't forget, once again, that purchase is going to be over £30 or dollars, so you can take advantage of that £5 or $5 off code with the code 5OFF into that promo code box. But that does end at 11:59 p.m. tonight. Now, it's always the star of the show. It's always something that features in each and every single one of our shows here at Crafters TV. It's no coincidence. It's because it's absolutely fantastic and of course it is a total workhorse even in your crafty stash. It's our amazing Gemini 2 die cutting and embossing machine. Details are on your screen there. That is the best ever price we've ever brought this machine to you it's taking it down to Platinum Club price today of £159.99 or $239.99. It's an amazing machine, but we're going to share with you a little video to explain some of the key features and some of the amazing features that this machine has.
Introducing the Gemini 2. Our brand new electronic die cutting and embossing machine has all the power and precision of the original Gemini, but with updated functions and innovative new features. Faster and quieter than ever before, the Gemini 2 does all the hard work for you. Cut out the most intricate designs in seconds, and all at the touch of a button. Technology to apply higher pressure than many other machines offers perfectly crisp and clear results every time. The Gemini 2 has the power to take creative projects of all shapes and sizes in its stride. It will cut through a range of materials, from card and paper to cork, thin metal, leather, and multiple layers of fabric. So you can save time on your papercraft, sewing, and multimedia projects. A new and improved optical sensor runs the full length of its 9-inch platform, offering edge-to-edge precision with cutting plates of any size. Pause, rewind, and resume functions take the guesswork out of crafting. Smooth gliding feet make light work of moving and maneuvering your Gemini 2, and a turntable offers 360 degrees of crafting freedom. Neat storage compartments hold craft tools so they're always at your fingertips right when you need them. A built-in media stand and 3 USB charging points invite you to craft along with your favourite tutorials and workshops on your tablet or phone. Easy to use and with everything you need to get started right out of the box, the Gemini 2 is for beginners and experienced makers alike. From scrapbooking and home decor to handmade cards, quilting and everything in between, bring your creativity to life with the Gemini 2.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. Have you treated yourself to one of these already? Maybe you've already got one in your crafty stash and there's somebody in your life who wants to get into crafting. Honestly, you cannot start in a better place when it comes to your die cutting. What an incredible machine that Gemini 2 is. Shared with you some of the features there, but like I say, you will see it featured on each and every single show here at Crafters TV. Pretty much any time we die cut, it'll always be one of our Gemini machines, but for me, the one I use the most is definitely that full A4 size Gemini 2 machine, because even if you're cutting smaller dies, you can load up that platform and cut lots and lots of dies at once. You saw that actually in that last demonstration with Debbie, where she cut the larger and the smaller die in one pass because you've got that edge-to-edge A4 platform on that fantastic Gemini 2 machine. £159.99 or $239.99 is going to get that fantastic machine in your hands at home, and we are going to be delivering that before Christmas as well. We can't be saying that we've got guaranteed Christmas delivery for too much longer, so if you're thinking about Christmas gifts, do get in while you can and snap up a bargain on that fantastic Gemini 2 die cutting and embossing machine. Now, this afternoon's masterclass is all about nesting dies. We're talking all things nesting dies, whether it's going to be every day, whether it's going to be Christmas, but it's time to bring you a little bit of Christmas. We certainly are in the festive spirit here at Crafters TV. I'm sure a lot of you at home are feeling exactly the same way. Literally a couple of weeks to Christmas. How that is the case, I don't know. This year literally has flown by. I'm sure it's January already, like at the start of the year. Now, next thing you know, you blink and it's December. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But we have got some fantastic deals on some of our Christmas nesting dies. Now, perhaps you've already finished your Christmas crafting for this year. Well, of course, Christmas comes around every single year. And the fact that these are classic timeless designs means that even if you're not using them for your crafting this year, they're going to take your crafting year in, year out when it comes to all of those Christmas makes. You're getting 2 sets of dies as part of this collection, 12 dies in total for that Platinum Club price today of just £12 or $13.60. So if you're looking to bag a bargain, this is definitely one to go for. So first up, we have got our beautiful shimmering snowflakes. And this is one of those die sets that's going to work with an awful lot you've already got in your crafty stash. So maybe you've got elements from the Sarah Signature Snow Queen collection or Frosty and Bright from last year. Think about mixing and matching those with this die set. Think of all those different pattern papers with the frosty feel that you've got. Maybe you've got some of our Christmas glitter paste and stencils. You could be using these dies alongside those. So many different options with your nesting dies, working them alongside different elements in your crafty stash. Same sort of idea with these die sets as with the everyday border nesting dies that we brought you just a few moments ago before the break. You've got that outer die, that main solid die, then you've got a couple of inner sort of outline dies, and then you've got that cut in creator card style die in the centre. Lots of different options again with these in terms of the way you can mix and match them. But then we're also bringing to you in the centre a tag design with that inner cutting detail. Those two dies being separate though, so it's up to you whether you're going to cut the detail into the tag or not to get that sort of effect. That choice is entirely yours. So that's the first of the two designs. Next up we have got the holly and the ivy. This is absolutely beautiful. Perhaps you're going to be cutting this in your green card and then adding in some little gems onto the holly berries there to pick them out. Of course you can be doing that. That ivy die though, you could be using that all year round. Ivy of course is not just foliage that we see in the winter or at Christmas time, so that's going to take your crafting throughout the year. And then you've also got your couple of inner dies. You've got that tag with the cut in detail of the Christmas tree in the centre. Of course you can be using that drop art element separately as well. All of those dies that I've just shown you, that is 12 dies in total. Flat Platinum Club price today of £12 or $13.60. A very versatile set of nesting dies there once again, and I know Debbie's got a little bit of inspiration to share with all you guys at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, like I just did, just creating a frame around an image is going to just work beautifully on your Christmas cards. So if you do still have some Christmas cards to make and you want some inspiration, these dies are going to do it for you. I love this one. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's understated really. It's just gorgeous with that beautiful effect around there. There we go. We can see that a bit closer now. And then you've got this one here. Just absolutely gorgeous design where you've got the cards coming in to the centre there. Love that one. Another one here doing a image in the centre and then creating both frames. What about using both the frames on the outside and the inside? I mean, it was so effective, really effective, these ones. And then you've got the ones where you can make a shaker card, using strong colours as well. Don't be frightened to use those bold colours because they look absolutely stunning. And then I love this one. So actually colouring in your design. This looks beautiful. So you can see it's a different shape to the actual die, but it's just where you've snip the corners and use them as a corner instead of that full frame. So I love the fact that we can do all those different things with them. Now, shown you as a really simple design, let's now have a look at something a little bit different. So I'm going to show you exactly what I've done. So the first thing, we've got two pieces of card. One piece, sorry, they're the wrong pieces. So take this one here. We're going to use our shimmering snowflakes. Now I've got two pieces of card. Now these are measuring 8 by 6 inches, okay, and then I've scored in half at 4 inches. That's going to be my card blank. Now this one, I'm going to get my scoreboard because I want you to see how it's done because it is very, very simple. I'm just going to take my scoreboard and we're going to score this one. And this time we're going to score, let me find my scoring tool. There we go. We're going to score at 2 inches. We're going to score at 4 inches and 6 inches. So at 2-inch intervals. So pop that away. And then this time we're going to fold. So we're going to fold back the middle section. So we're getting that half fold card. And then we're going to use these pieces to go back on. So that way and then the opposite way. Okay. So it gives us sort of like this piece for in the centre of our card, because what I actually want it to do is to create this pop-out section in the middle of the card. So nice and easy. So all it is two pieces of identical card, 8 by 6, folded in half, but one of them you score in the centre as well, that 2-inch mark, and fold those back. So that's your middle section. Now the reason I wanted to do that for is I wanted to create a middle panel using that centre die. So we're going to bring in this centre die here. So let's just take that one off. And this one we're going to cut right in the centre of our card. So that's going to go on the inside. Now the great thing about these cards is, or these dies, sorry, is the, I've lost my, it was right in front, there it is, I knew I'd see it without looking. Our low tack tape, we're just going to pop that in there. Now it's going to cut this middle section out, but it's not going to cut the outer edge because I'm not using those thin dies to cut it out. So we're just going to pop that in the centre, roughly sort of halfway, or in the centre, should I say, like each bottom and top, and I'm going to just stick that into there. And I'm not worried that I've scored right through the middle because you're not going to be able to see any of that. So let's take our die. In fact, let me just grab my Gemini Junior plates because that will go through a lot quicker. And we'll just pop that into the centre, pop that on and run that through. So nice and quick. So that's the great thing with these dies. I think they offer you so much more because of that cutting out and cutting in. So I love the fact that we can cut all that beautiful detail, but have a completely different looking card. So let's just take that one out. Just going to be really gentle because remember that's staying inside there. And I just want to take away this part. So, oh, there we go. And that gives me that extra detail. So let me just take all those little pieces out. Now what I did, because I didn't want to create the card with the pattern paper on the inside, so I'll show you how I did this. So let me just take those pieces out so you can see. Just a couple more there. So what you're going to do now is take whatever pattern paper that you've used. I'll grab mine, just a few more little pieces. Quite an intricate die, this one. And all those pieces will come out.
If you had some of your pre-made card bases, if you had your 4x6, of course you could use a couple of those and then onto just one of those, add in those extra couple of score lines. So if you do like to go for your pre-made card bases, you can still create this card base, just add in an extra couple of score lines. So nice and easy that way as well.
Absolutely. I love that we're doing our own card bases now, Lily. That's really good, isn't it? So just taking that piece away. And then what I'm going to do is if you take, let me grab a pen. There we go. And I've got a piece of card here. So this piece of card I've made just slightly smaller. So all I'm going to do is line it up to our actual design here. And then, and in fact, I want this side, because we want the sort of not the heavy pattern side. Once I've done that, turn it over, and then all you need to do is just to put a little, some just little marks wherever sort of the sort of end lines are. Because what this will do is it will then act as a guideline. So let's just pop a little bit more in so I know exactly where that is. Like so, so I can see my guideline. You're then going to take that outer edge, so this one here, and then you place that over the top.
Okay.
And then just like so. And then what's going to happen, once you've got that, so you've got it a little bit even all the way round, doesn't have to be perfect, just pop a little tape on there. You're going to then cut that out, and then what that's going to do is act as a frame for your aperture. So let's pop that on there, run that one through. And these are all just really simple ways, but of using your nesting dies very differently. So if I was to put my cardstock on first, so sometimes we put our pattern papers, don't we, Lily, onto the actual design, and then we die cut them out. If I was to do that, I'm actually going to die cut the snowflakes in. And what I want it to do, so let's bring this one back in, I've now got that perfect frame for around the side. So that's the inside of my card. So it's an absolutely perfect frame, but we did that the other way. So let's pop that way round. So either way, we've got that perfect design. And actually I'm going to pop it that way because it's slightly higher up the top there. And I like it more up the top than the bottom. So we're just going to glue that one into place. Before we do, oh actually I'll do it the other way. So let's just find my tape pen. So we'll glue this into place. Again, if you're not sure about sticking straight away, just use your low-tack glue. Not low-tack glue, your tacky glue, in fact.
Won't be too much
you
good,
don't want
would
low
it?
tack. I'm not even worried too much. You could score it if you wanted to, but it will just fold as you fold your card. So I'm just popping that into place like so. And then when you fold that, that will naturally just give it a little bit of a wiggle, and that will naturally fold in. So that gives you the inside of your card. So that is our inside that's been done, just bobbled up a little bit there. So all I'm going to do is make sure we just burnish that down, stretching those fibres of the card. And just keep doing that, and that eventually, there we go, it's all sort of worked out. So then when you move it, your card is not going to come undone at all. Gorgeous. And then we've got our inside of our card. So this one, I've done it the wrong way, haven't I? Oh, we can just move it we can just fold it the other way. Haven't got to
yeah,
worry.
it's all right. Just
Yeah, it's
go back.
absolutely fine. Yes. So we're going to just do it the opposite way, only because that's the front. We need that to be the front, not the back. So let's do it the opposite way. So that way it goes inside our card, and then that creates that pop-out panel. So let's pop that to the side because I want to do a little bit more. So I have got some just white cards, and I've got some of this beautiful, our glitter cardstock. So it's just our gold glitter. You'll find that on the website. Or we've got those pad deals as well that are on the website. So make sure you grab some of that glitter cardstock. And then we're going to use that outer edge, and we're also going to use the frame as well. So we're going to tape those on, and then just pop those into place. So low-tack tape. It's so clear, the low-tack tape, I'm always losing it, and it's always right in front of me. Right, let's pop that just on there, like so, and we're just gonna hold that into place. Oh, it's not holding because of the glitter. And then we're gonna do the same with this one. So, I've been a bit frugal with my glitter card, haven't I?
Blimey.
I've not left myself a lot of room. But it's a no. Are you frugal with your
Honestly,
cardstock?
Debbie, I am terrible. Honestly, it's literally, I cut it to exactly the same size as the die, and every time I go, oh, next time I need to be a little bit less frugal, but I'll never learn. I just hate wasting cardstock. And I mean, that cardstock is absolutely gorgeous. You don't want to waste an inch of that.
That's very true. Very, very true. Now, because of this, I'm asking it to go through glitter cardstock, I'm actually going to bring in my metal shim. So don't be frightened to bring in your metal shim. And we're going to pop that through there. I'm going to put it right at the top as well because I'm going to do this double cut. Only because it is glitter cardstock. These are really intricate dies, and it means I just haven't got to wait too long for it to be done. So we're going to let that come through. There's a sound, it'll sort of make a jump noise like that. A big jump noise. Pause your machine. This is the great thing with the Gemini. So if you've not got a Gemini 2, grab it at that amazing price. And that's just giving it a double cut for me, which is going to be perfect. So we're just going to take those off like so, and then take those ones out.
It's a great feature as well if you're really limited in terms of space and you've not got a lot of space at the back of your machine. Just reversing it back out the front is really good in terms of that if you've only got a small crafting area.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, even with putting my extra shim in, you can see, because these are really intricate dies, they do cut it all out, but it's very, very fine. Look at that detail, and that's all cut, so you can see at the back it's all completely cut. So it's just a case of popping all those little pieces out, which come out really, really easy. It's just because of that glitter coated cardstock. So poke all those pieces out. Once you've done that, so bring in my one here, you'll have this one, which is really, really pretty. So I'm going to pop those to the side. Now, the great thing with the tag die is it has two parts. So if you didn't want this middle section, you don't have to use it. But it also means that you can, let me just grab that. I'm going to also grab a white piece of card. Let's just pop that one through as well. I want to show you that you can just have the normal card. So if you just want to make little tags, it's a great little die to have. So you can use that, but also what it does, it means that I've got that matte layer to put my Creator card one on top of that, so it gives me a proper tag rather than have a tag that's decorative but nothing to go on.
I have to say I use those a lot for sentiments. I don't know about you. But
so good, aren't they? Yeah, I love a tag die. Absolutely love a tag die. I'm hoping we bring more of I love the tag punch that we did.
Oh, yeah.
Which is amazing. So once you've got that, you've got then that little tag which is perfectly formed to go on top. So you literally just use your tape pen. We can just pop some glue on the top there, and then that's going to just matte and layer on top of that tag. So that gives us our tag. Now what I did is I got myself some twine and I made another tag. So this one here, so we've got the same tag, but I made another one and backed it together. Okay. So you've got a tag on both sides. And then I've threaded my twine through one and then on the inside and then back again. That way it made it perfectly in the middle, and it's a nice, really strong tag. Because actually, I wanted to make a sort of little dangler really for our card, because I thought this would be really nice, just hanging in the window when you open the card. So all we're going to do now is I've got some coordinating side panels for the inside. So we've got all our die cuts done. The other die cut I did is that one in the middle. I made just a frame with that one as well. So that's using the inside one and the outside one together, where this one was just the inside one. So we've got our 2 frames for the front. So let's pop them to the side and let's put our card together. So just going to use, I'm a big lover of our tapes, so I just like to use our tapes to put together. So we're going to pop that into place.
Just while Debbie's sticking her mats and layers in, let's say a few more hellos to all you lovely people watching us on this Sunday afternoon here in the UK. We've got Linda saying, hello everyone, I hope you're all having a happy Sunday. Sarah's in saying, hello Lily, Debbie and Crafters TV team. Lois is in once again from Ohio. Caroline is saying, hi everyone, afternoon from the Isle of Man, bit late on as was having lunch and doing some chores. Oof. Sunday chores, nothing worse. Crafty chilling time now, finishing 2 cards for a friend whilst watching. That definitely is the way to watch, isn't it? Watching and crafting, nothing better. And we've also got Christina saying, afternoon, late to the show, but can't wait to see all of your goodies and tips today. Well, certainly got lots of goodies, and Debbie is providing us with tons of hints and tips.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now to stick this inside, all I'm going to do is pop my tape pen, and then I'm going to go over the top as well. Okay. So we're putting that extra glue on there, and then all I want to do is take in just a scrap piece of card. We're just going to use this to take a small piece. So we're just going to take a small section, just like so. And I'm going to place that over the top. That will hide it. Oh, that one's got all writing on it. Let's hide that. And it will just coordinate with what you've already done. It'll also keep that in place, and that won't come away then. So make sure you really burnish that glue in, like so. And then we're going to trim that at the top. And that way that will give us that little dangly piece inside. So that's our middle section. Let's do our outside now to coordinate. So I've done exactly the same, got some coordinating papers. This is Zara's Frosty and Bright, another one of my favourites for Christmas. I love the Frosty and Bright pad. It's very, what's the word? Not traditional.
Contemporary.
Contemporary, couldn't think of the word. Very contemporary design, and I think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we're just going to pop that into that middle of that beautiful glitter cardstock. And that's going to go on the front. And you might be the really good eyes on you, probably thinking, well, actually this card I think is too big for our die cut. And you would be right. Because what I like small cards, Lee. I don't know about you. Do you have a sort of particular size? But I quite like doing like a 4x6 card.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, my cards have got bigger over the years.
Bigger over the years.
I used to like my small cards, but now I love my 7x7s, my 8x8s. But I think it's nice sometimes to create little cards. I think there's something really quite cute about them, isn't there?
I don't know why. I feel like you can make them a bit more designer looking sometimes with a smaller card. I love big cards, but I do like a 4x6. But you can see this gets a little bit lost inside there because it just doesn't really show a lot. So I quite like the idea that we can take it off the page. Ooh. So if we take it like that, so never think that your die cuts have to always be that full die cut on your page. And then we're going to use this one in the middle to really highlight it. And then I've just got a sentiment here as well to put on the front. So I want to make sure first of all that my sentiment will fit. So that's the first thing I want to do. So we want to make sure that our sentiment is going to go just inside there. Then I'm going to use this panel, so I know that that's roughly going to be there. So I just need my glue on each side here. So let me just take a piece of card, use our dotty tape pen.
I think there's something really expensive looking as well. You know, when you go outside the borders of your card, I think there's something really designer looking about that as well. I'm loving this effect. This is fabulous.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. So we're going to pop that one on the side. So this one is going to fit just over that piece there. I'm not worried about my sentiment because that's going to be put in place afterwards. We're going to put that onto some foam pads. I just needed to make sure that's where we could fit that in. And then we're going to do our next one. So this one then is going to go around there. So we're going to place that there. So again, I don't need my glue on this side. So we're just going to place our dots where we need them. Crossed like so. And then that will just come onto there. So it's just making sure you've got that even amount around the sides. Push that down. Once you know that's in place, then give that a good rub down. And then we're just going to take our scissors and snip that away.
Okay.
So just taking that piece, taking that piece. Keep those for something else because they're great little borders, those ones. And then you can see we've made that beautiful card fit much better and make that pop. And then we're going to pop our sentiment in. So let's just use our foam pads just on here. And that's going to go in the centre. And then obviously we've got our sentiment, so I'm going to pop that there. But we've also got our inside, so we've got a beautiful outside of our card, but now we've got our pop-out piece to go on the inside. So we're literally going to place our tape runner just down those two sides, because they're going to hold that inside the card, and you're going to have that beautiful pop-out tag in the middle. I love a pop-out card. I think they look really cool.
There's something that's so sort of like magical about any sort of kinetic card. I think when you give it to one of your loved ones, there's always sort of a little bit of a look of wonder on their face when they see a beautiful card on the outside, but then when they open it up and you've got that pop-out element, there's definitely something quite magical about that.
Yeah,
so
totally.
for the super special cards.
Oh, I forgot my paper on the inside, Lily.
Oh,
How could I
no.
do that? So this has got to go, because otherwise that's quite bland inside. This is going to fit in there. So what I will do, I'm just going to grab my Kalau. Oh, we don't want fabric glue, do we? Let me try. Is that normal? Yes.
Yep.
Just grab the normal one, because that will give me a bit of wiggle room for the inside there. So we're just going to literally apply that onto our card. So I've just made this 4 inches and I've scored at 2 inches in the centre. And then that gives me my score line for the inside. So let's just move that. Not very good for demoing, I'm afraid, but we're just going to literally tuck that down and place that on the inside. Like so, just making sure we've got all that there. That's going to make that look much better. So I'm just going to make sure that that's all down, but I'm also going to take that away from the sides, because we need to let that glue dry just in case it glues our inside piece. And then all I've done is I've put some snowflakes here, which we're just going to decorate. So there, we'll just pop those on here. It's a very glitzy card, this one.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the colourways. Beautiful.
Got some white ones, so let's pop those there. And then we've just got a few little ones to go around, and you could put them on the front, on the back, wherever you want them. I've just put them through my sticker maker just to create those extras. Let's have a look at the front. Let's pop some of those on there, just to add some of these. These little ones have actually come out of the die itself.
Oh, wow.
So don't lose none of these extra snowflakes, because they're just so pretty. Let's just pop them like that.
Be great for your shakers as well, those, wouldn't they?
Yeah, really nice shape. And I'm just going to put a little one on the side there. Pop all those down. And then let's just fold that all, so we know that all folds up beautifully. So you can see it's our card, so that way you've got your beautiful card there, and then when you open it up, you've got that beautiful pop-out tag.
That is absolutely stunning. And something a little bit different when it comes to those dies. Perhaps you've never thought before of creating a sort of dangler style pop-out card using your fantastic Christmas die sets. Well, absolutely you can do that. Not only with the fantastic shimmering snowflakes that Debbie has used within that particular demonstration, you can also be doing exactly the same technique using that beautiful holly and the ivy die set. Both die sets are included as part of this collection. That's 12 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of £12 or $13.60. Now we're going to give you just a few moments to check out those baskets, maybe have a little look around the website, maybe have a look into that outlet sale, take advantage of your 5 off 30 for today only, and we'll be back in just a few moments for even more inspiration and lots of more cracking deals as well.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What did she do?
Exactly
What
how
did she
he
do?
looks.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Create every day. That certainly is what we do here at Crafters TV, and I know a lot of you guys at home are exactly the same. Isn't it always lovely to get a little bit of creativity each and every single day, and hopefully this show is inspiring you to do just that. It's a masterclass all about our nesting dies. If you do have any comments, any questions, do get those in over on the socials. Lovely Rachel is on the socials for us today, and she'll feed them across and we can get those questions answered and fired across to Debbie. A few comments coming in. We've got a few more hellos to say. We've got Bonnie joining us from Ohio. Everybody is loving Debbie's demonstrations as part of this show. They have been cracking so far, and lots more to come without the second hour of this masterclass. Bonnie is joining us. Stephanie is saying so very pretty. Pat is saying gorgeous. Karen is saying a great demo. Shows us how to fix a mistake. Absolutely no such thing as mistakes in crafting, just a sort of alternate journey we can go on. And then we've also got Lois who's saying love the card, Debbie, so very pretty. It certainly was a gorgeous card. Lots more gorgeous demonstrations coming up throughout the course of this show though. But first up, I want to quickly show you a fantastic deal we have on one of our ornate nesting dies. This one being our fantastic Quartz. You're getting 6 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of £5.99 or $6.78. An amazing price point to get really quite a large set of dies here. You get that beautiful outer frame, you get that inner frame as well, and you get 4 distinct different corners that of course you can be using as corners, you can be using as accents on the frames as well. A fantastic set of 6 dies in total. An amazing price on that. Is a half price saving, so you're saving the same amount as what you're spending, which is just £5.99 or $6.78. A fantastic set of dies. Think of how you could be using that perhaps as a shaker on the tops of boxes. You could be using it on your cards, different card shapes like your easels, your foldbacks, your all your different diorama cards as well. You could be using this alongside. A fantastic, really gorgeous decorative set of dies, and I know we'll be having a little look at this die set in more detail later on throughout the course of this masterclass. But amazing saving on that one. So do make sure if you want to go for that die set, check out the website, get those baskets checked out. While you're over on the website, do have a look at that outlet sale as well. Savings of up to 70% on that fantastic outlet sale, so check that one out as well. Hello, welcome back to Crafters TV. Welcome back to this afternoon's masterclass. It's a masterclass all about our nesting dies. We've shared with you already some of our everyday nesting dies, and we've just had a little look at some of our Christmas nesting dies as well. But next up, we want to be featuring this fantastic set of dies as part of our ornate nesting die collection. This one being our Quartz. You have got a 50% saving to a half price deal on this fantastic set of 6 dies. And I know that Debbie has some inspiration that she wants to share with you with this fantastic die set.
Yeah, I certainly have. I've got some gorgeous cards. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but I love these dies. I know I love them all, but I like them because they offer something, again, totally different, because the other ones are more nesting and they're dies that they come inside, outside. These are nesting dies but have their own frame to frame the inside of the cards, which just make them beautiful to use and a dream to use as well. I love this card. I think it really shows that you can use any papers, you can create that beautiful nesting frame. The first time I'm going to show you how you can do this, because these ones don't come with an inside frame that you can cut, so they cut the entire frame out, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to create an aperture for these cards. But if you do want to just layer them on top of each other, love that, look absolutely beautiful. It doesn't matter what papers you've got, what cardstock, what pattern papers, everything is going to look beautiful. Shaker cards as well.
Ooh,
that
nice.
is stunning, absolutely love that one. And that's just creating those 2 frames in white but putting them on those beautiful papers, which looks like the vintage butterflies. Just adore that. Different ways of using them, so you can use them obviously making a topper for your card and then creating this topper on top. I mean, you could use this one in so many different ways. The outside frame, again, photo framing you can use, just creating that amazing card. This one, I think I made this one actually. It is absolutely, it
I
says
like
Debbie
that.
Robinson, but I'm sure I've done a card exactly like that before.
That does look like one of your cards, to be
It is,
fair.
I definitely did that. I've got a feeling the wrong Debbie's been put on the show. Yeah, that's definitely my card. Unless Debbie copied and made it exactly the same, or vice versa, who knows. But yes, absolutely beautiful. And using them even in those muted colours makes them look gorgeous, especially with that craft card. Love that one. Right, let's see exactly what you can do with them. So I wanted to show you a little bit of a different card, but how we can then cut into those dies. So I'm going to use the Quartz one. These are really big dies as well, which I love. So really nice design. Now again, because they're big dies and they're quite wide, I'm going to use my metal shim to cut them out. So we're going to cut the first one out. Now you can cut, you've got corners on these ones as well, which is fabulous. You could use them both together because they will fit inside, but the dies are very close. So what I would say is cut one and then cut your other one. And if you want to be really frugal with your papers, you can absolutely do that, because we can, I'll show you, we'll cut these out. You can see I've been cutting all my dies out. We'll pop that onto there, use that at the top so I can do that double cut as well, which will make it super easy to get all those little pieces out. We're going to just run them through, so offer it into the mouth of your machine. You can see the Gemini machine. If you've not seen the Gemini machine and you are new to us on Crafters TV, the Gemini machine is one of the most amazing machines out there on the market. We are not a machine manufacturer as of sorts, but we seem to have nailed the die cutting machine, because you cannot put more pressure in this machine. It is absolutely amazing, and on a good price at the moment as well. So once you've took that piece out, you can see all those pieces are cut. I'm just going to give that a little tap, and then we've got our beautiful frame. That is absolutely gorgeous. Then I'm just going to use this piece, which we're just going to place that on the inside, and then we can run that one through as well. So, and in fact, as my plates, can you see my plates are starting to come up at the side here? I'm just going to turn it over, place that down, and that will then help turn those plates back out again. So always remember to rotate your plates. It just makes a massive difference to the longevity of them. So we're just going to pop that through. Again, just let that go through. As soon as I know that's gone through, we're just going to press pause, press reverse, and that's just going to bring it out to us. So cutting both of them in no time at all. So that's given us our 2 frames. Now for the card. So let's just take that one out, pop that one to the side, and then I'm just going to give this a little tap. And then, oh, it's just fallen out. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Cuts beautifully. So lovely design, that one, absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got your outside cutting frame. I mean, they really are beautiful, aren't they? Gorgeous design. You know what I love about our nesting dies, Lily? I feel like we just get it right every single time because you sort of say to yourself, do I really need another set of nesting dies?
Well.
Because they're so lovely, the ones before. And I said earlier, everybody needs a good set of nesting dies. But then we get something else out that offers something so different that the answer is yes.
Yes.
You just need that next set, don't you, all the
Absolutely.
time?
Yeah. And I always say, but for me personally, nesting dies are my favourites. And I have all my die storage in like a main storage compartment in my craft room. But then I have a little sort of set of drawers right next to where I craft.
Yep.
And that's all my essential dies. It's things like my sentiments, my little butterflies, the ones I use time and time again. I think there's about 6 drawers in that unit. 2 of those are just nesting dies because that is how often I use them. They are fantastic. They are our staples in our crafting
Yeah,
stash.
absolutely.
And they're all different. So you need them all. Simple as.
Yeah, simple as that. Yes, definitely. Right, I want a 6.5-inch square card because that's the card shape that I want to make that's going to create around my nesting dies. So we don't do a 6.5-inch or when you fold your A4. So this is A4, but I want that 6.5-inch square. So I've used my A3 cardstock. I love my A3 cardstock. I always say if you can go for A3, get that first because you can always trim it down. You can't add on. Well, you can add on, but then you've got to add joins and everything else. So I always like to use my A3 and cut that down. Now we're going to do a sort of similar card, but not a similar card to what we did before, and that will make sense in a minute. So we're just going to cut this one to 6.5 inches. So that's going to give me my first card, and then we're going to do the same with our second piece. So 6.5 inches. I thought I'd show it from scratch, and then that way if anybody wanted to make it, you'd know exactly what you were doing. So we're going to go then to 6.5 inches and trim that down. So we've got 2 pieces the same. So let's just pop all those pieces to the side, and then I'm going to bring in my scoreboard as well. So let's bring that one in. Now, because it's 6.5 inches, I want to do one side, we're going to score in half. So we're going to go 3.25 inches. So 3.25 inches, and we're going to do it all the way down. And then we're going to turn that round, and on the opposite side, this time I'm going to bring in my main die. So let's bring in that main working die here, because what I want to do is we want to score the same, so 3.25, so I'm going to put a notch in there, and then I'm going to just take that down the bottom and then just come up. Now the reason I want my die is I want to be able to see that score line where my die is in the centre, so I'm just roughly popping that into the centre. So just check in each side, and then all I'm going to do is score up. So I want to score up there, and I want to score down a little bit because I want to be able to see those score lines, but I don't want them to go through my whole design. I just want them a little bit in where I can see them, so I can see exactly where those score lines are. So I don't need that anymore. So let's pop that to the side. Now we've got our score here, so I'm going to score that. I'm going to score this one. So we're making a similar card, but this one is going to give us a totally different look. Okay. So this one is going to go onto this card in a second. So first of all, let's take our die. I want to create an aperture. So this is where I was talking before about creating your aperture for your actual design. Excuse me. So we're going to take this out, and then all I'm going to do is we're going to use this card. So we're going to pop it around the side. Before I do that though, what I want to do is take my piece of card. Now, I've got another new favourite paper pad.
Oh, I'm glad it's not just me. I've had to order a second, Debbie, already.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely love the Kingfisher. It's just the most beautiful paper pad this year. I think it's just gorgeous. Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. So, so I'm using that now. I'm going to put this on, but what I want to do is make sure that I put plenty of glue on. If you use a wet glue, come to the end there, but we will just quickly take that off and then just put a new one in. So we'll just take that apart, This piece you can throw away. You just need to take your, is it your, yes, it is this bit. It's the cap, isn't it? So that cap bit, that plastic bit has to go. That's not in recycling, but the rest is. And let me just grab one, Lily. There we go.
And just while Debbie's doing that, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Now we've mentioned the Kingfisher collection. Next Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. UK time, I'm very excited. I've got the craft along for the Kingfisher collection. So I hope you can join myself and the other Debbie next weekend for that one. Got a weekend of craft alongs next weekend. I'm very excited. Got the floral collage stamps and masks on Sunday. But if you're liking the look of this paper, it's the Kingfisher collection and my craft along is coming up next weekend. So I'm looking forward to that one. That is for sure.
What is your craft along, Lily? Sorry.
So my craft along is with the Kingfisher. What we're going to do is
it's the Kingfisher.
It is the Kingfisher. We're going to create a gift box, but something with a little bit of a difference.
Oh, nice.
So tune in for that one. I did manage to get that one prepped yesterday. I've not managed to prep my floral collage stamp one. That was today's task, but obviously I'm here today, so I'll prep that one evening next week. So it gives me a little bit more time to decide what exactly I'm going to do for that project. Lots of ideas, lots of options, but that one's coming up on Sunday.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, so what we're going to do here, now it's up to you whether you stick it down. I don't stick my one down, I just hold it, but I'm going to get my craft knife. And then, now the other way to do it, you could draw in between. If you drew in between, you could then use your paper cutter, so your trimmer, should I say, and that way you can actually do the lines and cut the lines inside. But I quite like using a craft knife, so I'm just going to roughly pop that into the centre. So I'm just making sure it looks quite central there, and then all I'm going to do is use my craft knife to cut that out. Now what I would recommend is that you have a sharp knife. That's going to really work well for you. So we're just going to take that down each side. Just going to turn, and in fact I am going to just put some tape down to make sure that that doesn't move, rather than be silly and let it move.
I think we spied earlier as well, some of the craft knives are in the outlet sale.
Are they really?
Wow. So if you want
Wow.
to pick up a bargain on your craft knives, get yourself over to that outlet sale over on the website.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, definitely grab those. Yeah, we'll just put some tape down, and then we're just going to turn this round, and we're going to just go round. Oh, didn't butt that up against the metal. Make sure that you put your knife against the metal. It's not going to damage anything, but just cut it lightly and then a few times, and then that will go through your actual cardstock. Because I'm actually asking this to go through my 300 GSM and then my cards, my paper pad on top of that as well. So we're literally just coming round each one, making sure that we've just got that. And then when that's done and you can take that away, you might find that some of your corners haven't quite done, because you can't always get into those far corners. You just want to put in a little bit of effort there just to take them away. So we're just going to come down there.
Could you alternatively mark it with a pencil or pen first and then remove the die and go
You
with
wasn't
your craft
listening, Lily, I said that.
Oh, Lily, you silly Billy. I was too busy thinking about your
I
craft
know
along.
yeah, no, sometimes I know Nicola's always talking to you and you're planning the next move in your show. I absolutely know that. Yes, so you're absolutely right, Lily. You can definitely do that. Yes, if you use the pencil, I just said it, but if you use the pencil and then put it through your paper trimmer, which is perfect to do that. So then you've got this layer. Now what I love about this is you've still got a little bit of an edge of your paper around the edge. Can you see? Because we've gone to the die cut, not the actual design. And when you look at any design, it's slightly in from the edge. So you'll get just that really nice effect. So that's going to be the edge of our card. And then the inside, what we need to do, because we've created this piece here, what's going to happen is on the inside, let's do it that way, this piece goes like that. So can you see we're creating that sort of fold again to our card. What I can see is I've got a slight, I can feel a slight, oh, I don't think that matters. No, that's fine. So because it's still enclosed in our card. Once you've done that, again, it's exactly what you could do, Lily, is use your pencil. You could go round with your pen.
I won't ask again for a second
round
time this
the
time
side.
round. Debbie, could you use a pencil or a pen?
I've done it so many times myself, and then they're like, I've already just said that. Like, oh, sorry. And I know it's because you're not listening. I know it's just that you're busy on that side. So once we've done that, yes, you can absolutely do that. You can either get your ruler. I was just going to get a ruler, and there's probably, oh yes, there is one. So I could get the ruler this time. But actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pop that inside. And this is where I wanted those score lines, because I needed to be able to see the score lines in there. Because you want to get it the exact size of your aperture. So we're popping that like that, then we're going to come in and then take that down to the aperture, because that needs to be the size, the exact size of what your aperture is when you glue that together. So we're just going to bring our knife, and again I'm going down to where our score line is, and then all I'm going to do is turn that round, and then we're going to go in again with that end piece straight down that center, because we don't want the whole aperture cut out, we just want this section here. So just like so, coming round. And then this piece, so this piece, let me take this in, this will be your card, and then this piece will fold back. So that piece over like so. And this is why, so poor Jamie's saying, it's like, this looks really complicated. That's why I wanted to do it from scratch. So you can go back, you can watch, you can rewind, because once you've done that, that then becomes the piece. It's called a K card that pops out of your card. So when those pieces are glued together, you'll have that section. So it is nice and easy, a little bit of practice, and it's a really easy card to do. Now the next thing I want to do is put this bit back in, but it's going to be wedged in there because it's exactly the same size. So you're going to take your guillotine and you're just going to give that a little bit of a trim round the edges, and then that way you know that it's going to be a perfect fit, because it doesn't matter if it's just that little bit smaller, because that's not going to affect your design at all. So I'm just going round all the edges. It's still going to fit back in perfectly, but it's just going to be a nice amount that you're going to pop back in. So that piece will then sit inside, but you'll have a lot more room around it. So let's put the card together. So the first thing we want to do is to make sure that our aperture fits. So we're going to do this, pop that into there, making sure that our card fits snugly. Once you know that that's in and your piece here is freely to come through, we're then going to turn our card over, and then I'm just going to take our first layer like so away, and then this is the one that we're going to glue together. So this one here, just take your glue down. You could, if you wanted to, use red liner tape, and if you use your red liner tape, that's going to, you can then put your card together and just leave a little bit out on the edge, and that will then fold flatly onto there. And if red liner tape, you can then just pull the piece that comes over the top. And then we're going to do the same with this side, but this side we're going to have this bit here, which is going to come away. So we don't want it to go anywhere else other than just this side piece, making sure put plenty of glue on there, like so. And then again, that's going to go over the top. I'm not worried if there's a little bit like this in. If you wanted to, you could go in with your little snips and trim it. But once we put our frame on, you're not going to notice that at all. So because that was the exact size, it means that your card will now open and close.
That is super
like
funky.
so.
I love that.
Yeah, and it is really easy, and it's the reason I wanted to do it from scratch, just to show you how easy it is. And then we've got our Kingfisher that's going to sit nicely just on the inside there, but it's not going to stop your mechanism working. So let's pop this one back in. It's why I love doing a masterclass, Lily, because I like doing really basic things, but then I like to show that you can do so much more when you have a good set of nesting dies.
Absolutely. I mean, all the hard work's being done by the die. All the hard work is within that design. It's just up to you how creative you want to get with these nesting dies. Whether you're going to take it back to basics or whether you're going to go for something that's quite frankly a showstopper like this particular card, you can absolutely do that with all the nesting dies we're bringing to you on this afternoon's masterclass. So definitely something for everyone, and something for everyone's budget as well. The die set that we're working with at the moment is just £5.99 or $6.78. So whether you're going for that or one of the large collections, there's definitely something for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. So what I have done is I've used the birthday wish. So this is all from our, you could do this as your craft along, Lily.
I have to say, I've already done this one. This is one I've done.
Oh, you've done this in a craft along.
No, I've
There
planned
you
the craft
go.
along. I've got it coming up next week, but I have planned the project. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm
yes.
glad you've got a planned project.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Right, so I've also used some of the elements. So I've already coloured my Kingfisher in.
Oh.
I've got my corners already. And all I've done is I've used, this is Centura Pearl, so the gold Centura. I think it's called gold. Oh, I can't remember now.
Old gold. Is
Old
it?
gold. It
Old
might be old gold,
Yeah.
yes, in Centura Pearl, which is lovely. It's a bit of an alternative to your gold
Mirror.
mirror card. But I like it. It's quite a strong gold. And then I've got all my panels. So I've just cut my panels to 6 1/4. And then I've just done them to, instead of 2.5, 3, I've done them to 3 inches. So then we've done those for the panels. And then I've done that because we can then panel this up on the inside. So let's just do this one.
There's something quite satisfying about the sound of the tape pen, don't you think, when you're using it? I really do like that sound. Daft, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely, absolutely. And then let's pop these other pieces in. So just to really be decorative. I've done it again. I've glued it all and not put the inside in.
Oh, no.
But not to worry, there's always a way.
Certainly is.
It's hard to see on white card as well where the lines are.
Yeah.
So
Trying to get
pop
that space in
there.
right.
Now, I meant to do that as well, Lily, and I haven't done that. In fact, I wonder if I can get away. Yes, I think I might be able to get away. Rather than cut that piece out, I'm actually just going to stick it behind.
Okay.
But what we're going to do with this one, instead of putting the pattern side down, we're going to use the back side of it. And then that way, you'll still get that topper really shining out. So we're just going to pop that one on the inside. And then that way you can really see that topper, but we
Yeah.
can then pop that back down. And that will give us the inside there. So when it's opened, you can still see you've got those beautiful
lovely.
papers. But what I want to do as well is put these on the inside. I've not got myself another one. I'm not going to worry too much about the inside. Let's decorate the outside. So now it's a case of putting those extra frames in. So look how much that now pops.
Oh, it does, doesn't
when
it?
we put that on. So let's grab a piece of card and we'll start sticking these. So the first thing I want to do is I've got a gold one. So we're going to put the gold on and the white because we've got that beautiful gold colour in there. So let's use our dotty tape pen and we're going to just come down.
The gold works a treat with that paper, doesn't it? It looks amazing.
Yeah,
It
that's
really does.
Centura Pearl. Yeah, if you've got the Kingfisher, go for the old gold in the Centura because it really complements every page. It's amazing. So we're going to take the gold one and I'm just going to slightly offset it again, just creating that beautiful effect around. So just like so. And again, I just like to go in with my scoring tool, really burnish that down, and then you know nothing's going to come unstuck. And then we're going to do the same thing again, but put this around the edge of our card. And it's just a nice simple way of doing an aperture, but actually doing an aperture card that's a little bit different. So, and if anybody's got the Ultimate Pro, the booklet in there shows you how to do a K card. So it will show you exactly how to do this one. So we're going to pop that one around. And again, just use your burnishing tool to go on the top. And then we've got our extra bit in the middle. So we're going to place that one down. Well, actually, let's do the one on top first, because then it's always better to know where you're going to place it. So just taking all of that piece down. Your dotty tape pen will definitely be your best friend in this. And then we're going to do exactly the same, slightly shadow around there, burnish that down, and then we can place that on the top. So just like so. Again, using that tape pen all the way around. And that's then going to go on the inside of there.
Beautiful.
And then what we're going to do is take our embellishments. So we've got all our Kingfisher embellishments. Now just be mindful of when you open your card. So you know that your card's going to open. So you don't want, so the reason I chose the Kingfisher, because I thought it was a really cool design because it doesn't matter if the wing gets moved. So I'm just moving that because then when I place it here, when it opens, it doesn't matter that it's going to push it forward. So we're just going to use that, our glue onto, in fact, I might just use some foam pads on there, I think. So let's pop them just onto the body of the Kingfisher. Let's put another one, I think we'll just fit one in there. Take those away. So that's the one we're going to put on the sides. I'm making sure that his beak and his body stays in there, but I'm not worried about the wing not being, because when that pulls, it's going to move that anyway, so it's all good. So in fact, yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to use our other bits. We've got our birthday wishes, so that comes with the Kingfisher as well in that collection. And I'm just going to use that to pop onto there. In centre. So let's just pop that under his wing, just on there. And then I've just done some of the reeds and sort of the leaves here, and we're just going to place these. So because I know that that's opening on the inside, we can just use that on the edges. So we're just going to pop that on the side, pop that there.
They're lovely finishing touches, those stabs and dies, aren't they?
So nice, aren't they? Yeah, so nice.
Ones that I'm definitely finding I'm using time and time again, not just with this collection, but with lots of other items as well. They're going to be staples in your crafty stash, that is for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I want to put that way. And then we're going to use that one to go in the centre. Let's pop a little foam pad onto there. So that's going to go right in the centre there to make those pop. And then all I've got left, we've got our little bow, which we're going to just place on there.
Oh, nice.
So let's just use our tape pen to go under there and just pop that onto there. And then that way, let me turn that round, you've got your beautiful K card with those gorgeous designs. There we go.
Wow, what an absolutely amazing creation. That is incredible. I hope you guys at home are feeling inspired as I am. That was an amazing card. But of course, don't forget you can rewatch that back on our catch-up service. So if you did miss some aspects of that demonstration, then watch back, maybe craft along at a later date, and you could create something as amazing as that card that Debbie's just put together for us. Using our ornate nesting dies, this collection has got 6 dies in total. It's your quartz set of dies. You're getting all those fantastic dies that Debbie's just used in great effect within that demonstration for an absolutely outstanding platinum price today of just £5.99 or $6.78, half price saving on that collection of dies. Absolutely amazing. Now, alongside our Gemini 2 machine, which has proved one of our most popular items today, one of our amazing kits all about colouring has also proved immensely popular over on the website. It's our Pro Sketch Pack 49-piece limited edition kit that we've got with this one for an amazing saving. Wow. Platinum price, it comes all the way down to £31.99 or $39.96. Incredible saving. I'm super passionate about this product, but somebody who loves it equally as much as me, I have to say the first day she saw it and she was in the office, she was telling me about how amazing it is, so I know she absolutely adores it. It's our Sheena, she's here on hand, not literally in the building. We're going to play back a clip to tell you all about this amazing kit, so get your hands on this one.
It is phenomenal. So seriously, if there's somebody who's of school age, college, anybody, and just this, they're going to want to use this, but you're going to want to use this as well. Shall I take you through what's in on the overhead? Right, let's look at it, and then I've got mine already set up. This is what you get, the first layer, right? So this is the first layer. We have a huge pencil like this. This is called a clutch pencil or a lead holder. Look at the size, look at that, that's lead, that's all lead. So that's for your sketching, for your shading. We'll be using that today. I'll be taking you through that. And to pop it back in, you just do that and it goes back. But you've also got in there, you have got, I'm just gonna do, instead of like an order, I'm gonna go around. You've got a mechanical pencil here, down here. You've got your regular mechanical pencil that you probably know about. Now, I've got to say, guys, with these two here, I've paid up to £10 for what my clutch holder, my pencil, £5 to £6 for an inexpensive one.
Right, okay.
The value is, I have everything that's in here, just say it, and I've paid a lot of money for everything that's in here. So they're the first two, but you also get refills for these guys. So you get a whole pack here. It's hard to get them out here. I'm going to do my best to get them out because I've already got them. Well, I'm just going to point, look there. You've got your lead for your mechanical pencil, for your fine one. I'm going to show you why these are all, why you need them all shortly, and why they, what everything does. And look at all those there. All of those there are refills for your clutch pencil or your lead holder, the big chunky one. So you've got refills. You've got a couple of erasers, and they do different things. This is the type that you're probably well familiar with, just a regular plastic eraser, works a treat.
Yeah.
You've got this one here, which is a kneaded eraser, kneadable eraser. They call it a putty eraser, or a kneaded eraser, or a kneadable eraser. It's squidgy. It's like it's a bit like, you know, like stuff you put your Christmas cards up in. When we open this, you'll see, and you shape it and you use it any way you want, and it doesn't leave any little bits behind like that one.
Okay.
You can just lighten the background a little bit with it. Anyway, we're going to be using them shortly. Going through, you've got 3 coloured pencils here that are great for just either mixing, for colouring in, or for like when you're doing, if you're doing a little sketchy ideas, you can do them in different colours for represent different bits of your card making. So you might want to use the red as the foreground element if you're using your books and things to plan out your cards.
Yeah.
The blue might be a background, the next layer back, and the green might be further back, like just the flat bit of card. All of this will become apparent later. You've got 2, these are amazing. If you've ever used water-soluble graphite, you'll be excited already. There's 2 here. They look like pencil, they're exactly like pencil, but you don't have to even blend these ones, you just add a bit of water. There is a 2B and a 6B. Now this is where I get super excited.
What's this one?
Like seriously, a chalk pastel pencil. For all of your card making, your paper crafting, you want that.
Yeah.
And you also want, look, I'm not even going to take it out.
This is what people are going to get excited about as well, that pen.
There. Oh, if you haven't used this pen yet, just do it. I mean, seriously, that and this kit alone, can you see where the money's just mounting up?
I know.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal. I never even mentioned, look, you've got your pencil, a really good metal pencil sharpener there for all of your pencils, your regular pencils. Moving down, you've got a water brush, a fabulous, and it's a really nice size water brush.
Oh, cool.
It holds a really good point. So if you want to add the water to your water soluble pencils, just portable, it's perfect for that, and that's going to go in this kit that you haven't even seen the bag yet.
Yeah.
You got 5 illustrators there, and they're the brush nib illustrators, which are my absolute go-tos, perfect, and they're shades of grey. So you've got 2 cool greys, you've got 2 warm greys, and you've got a black. You've got all of these outliners, and you've got outliners here that you can't get anywhere else. These 2 here, and there's a chisel nib as well.
Oh, is there?
A chisel nib outliner. There's 2 flex pens here, which you won't get. Well, if you look at that, we've almost got like the price in just that nat of the kit.
Well, I was going to say, already all of that is miles over.
Miles over. Then. You've got paper stumps to blend your graphite pencils with. That's the top layer. Then we move on. I think I've covered everything, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the beauty of this. So in here,
this is great.
You have a case, and I've got mine all set up, which I'll show you properly shortly. But in there, everything fits perfectly. There's a place for everything in that case.
Yeah.
And there's also a place for the next thing, which are the books. Look at this. Right, now if you're wondering about the value of sketchbooks, let me pop that to one side. Let me show you what I've brought my sketchbooks here. Just let me take you through that. They're just 3 of my sketchbooks, right? That one I paid £11.50 for.
Yes.
That one was £15.
Right.
This one was £36. And guess what's in this one? Nothing, because I'm scared to use it.
Hang on, 36, 20...
36 quid for that.
26 and 11, did you say?
Yeah, for these 3. These ones have got bits in. I've been brave enough to do a few bits in these ones.
Wow.
But this one not because I'm scared to use it.
Yeah.
But look what you've got here. You've got 2 A4. They're totally different. Again, we're going to go through this in proper time and basically play. This one here is a mixed media book. So if you want to, for a crafter,
Yeah.
you could use this book for your colour charts. You know when I say always make a colour chart? This would be it could be a card making Bible. You could have your aquas colour chart and you've got them all safe and they're
I like
always
that
there.
idea, it's good.
Then
Yeah.
you can have your inks, you can have your duet ink pad colours in there and then swatch them so you can see all the colours. You've got your shimmer inks, you've got so you can see how even that would work for a paper crafter. It's phenomenal, but it's not watercolour card. It won't take a completely soaking wash, but it's thick enough to use water products on there
Yeah.
as well. So that's your mixed media pad there, and then we've got this beauty here. This if you separated this and gifted this on its own, it's sewn. It's a proper sewn with signatures. You know, they call the little bits and the little different things, the little signatures there. It's a sewn bound paper that is smooth, silky smooth, so all your dry media, your inks and everything are going to work perfectly on this. I'll show you how I've started to use mine, shall I? Shall I show you mine quickly before we start
why
playing?
not?
This one's mine.
That folder's brilliant as well, isn't it? My goodness
It's
me.
fabulous.
You can even just split up the... If you're looking for gifts, split up, keep the pens, give the folder away, give the pads away, and whatever you want to do.
That's what it looks like when it's together, Ben. Look, everything's got its place. I've put my pencils, I've got all my pens here for drawing, and I've gone large to small to fine.
Yeah.
We haven't even shown you how fine the lines are. We're doing all this when we're going to draw shortly. Not draw, scribble, plain over stamps and things.
Yeah.
And everything's there. And then in here, you've got all your other bits, your paper stump, your pencil sharpener, your eraser, everything fits in there. And then in here, you have your books. I mean, the fact that you can carry everything. Can you see what I'm saying? You are going to be like, if you gift this to someone this Christmas, they're going to think you've been generous beyond compare.
Generous.
And this is how we're going to use them. So if you think, I'd like a lovely sketchbook, like my little sketchbook, but I can't draw. So you're thinking, well, yeah, all right then, Douglas, but how do I do if I'm not drawing? Doesn't matter, look. Would you know that this hasn't been just sketched?
Wow, yeah.
Would you? No, you wouldn't, would you? That is what we're going to show you how to do. So you could make yourself a little journal like this.
Brilliant.
It doesn't have to be just, sketches like that, but I think that looks rather pretty. If you want to gather this, and also imagine whatever you do in this book, you can then put on a card.
That's it.
So imagine sending a card that looks like this. It'll look like you've done a hand-drawn card. This one was stamps that you'll be familiar with. They're not even a stamp, that's a stencil. I'm going to show you how to choose them. Using the pens that are in the kit. If you want to maybe repurpose this one and think, well, how can I get value? Again, I haven't used it, but I've started playing in the back. You might want to make yourself a desk journal.
Yeah.
So this is a stencil. This is the space that we're going to do today. We're going to put a stamp on there and we're going to draw over that with the pen. And then we're going to use some just die cuts to cut out and put panels in here for notes or goals for that month. And it's going to be really pretty. And it's like, it could be a family kind of like what's happening at a glance, coffee table, pretty little book there. So can you see how it's not just if you're an artist for anybody and anyone in school, honestly, you're going to look like the best auntie ever.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. What an absolutely amazing kit that one is, and great for Christmas gifts as well if you're looking to maybe get somebody started off on their colouring or drawing journey. An absolutely ideal one to go for, so do make sure you check out the website for that one. Now we've got just over 20 minutes left on this afternoon's masterclass, but before we go any further, I think it's time to get that die. I'm thinking of nesting dies too much. That vote sounds nothing like dies, but get that vote started for a demo of the show. What's it going to be? What have we got to vote for?
Yeah, I love that. We're getting nice and early, Rachel, so she'll be chuffed to pieces because we're not going to be doing another demo. We are demoing, but we're not going to be making anything finished, so we thought we'd get the vote in. So the first one was our photo card, so number 1. Number 2 was our pop-out card, so that would be number 2. And number 3 was that K card of the Kingfisher So 1, 2 or 3, get your votes in.
Oh, do you know, that's a really tough one. They're all quite different, aren't they? Like the colours, the styles.
And it's great, isn't it? Because even just 3 demos shows you how versatile the nesting dies are.
Absolutely. I mean, think about when you get these home in your craft room, you get crafting them with them yourself, you can see the different options across just 3 projects. When you get these in your hands, all the different possibilities is literally endless. It's fantastic when you get playing with your nesting dies. Now, talking of nesting dies, talking of crafting, perhaps a different style of crafting, maybe your multimedia crafting. We have got some fantastic multimedia nesting dies that I'd like to share with you now. Now, a lot of us, predominantly, I know a lot of you guys watching at home are paper crafters. You might be a paper crafter at the moment, but what's not to say that maybe in a few months, maybe it's going to be your crafting New Year's resolution for 2024, perhaps to get into more of your mixed media, perhaps it's going to be a soft craft, then these are going to future-proof you because you can be using them for your paper craft, but you can also be using them in those mixed media projects, in your sewing, your applique, your quilting. So these are going to be a real staple for lots of different crafting sort of disciplines, if you like. This is a 3-piece collection. You're getting the 3 die sets that I'm about to show you for a Platinum Club price today of £18.40 or $30.40, and that is 25 dies in total. So these are all some of our May more staple nesting dies, if you want, your more classic, more, I don't want to say plain because it sounds awful, but more of your classic designs when it comes to your nesting dies. All straight edges on these, so they're going to be versatile for lots of different occasions and recipients. First up, you've got 9 different circle dies here. You can see on the back there, it tells you all of the measurements, all of the sizes of those different dies that you've got as part of this collection as well. Next up, then we have got our beautiful squares, but once again, you can rotate those so you can have them more like diamonds. Another 9 dies within that particular set, all concentric nesting dies. And then finally, something a little bit different. Obviously, it's going to work perfectly for all of your quilting, all of your applique. You have got your fantastic triangles. Something a little bit different when it comes to your mats and layers. Perhaps it's going to mix up your designs a little bit more, but you're getting 7 dies in total in that die set, comprising that 25 dies in total across those 3 different die sets. Those being multimedia dies means that they're a little bit thicker than your regular dies. You can see on the back there that they're actually not our usual silver metal dies that we are used to. That bronzy sort of colour, so you know they're your multimedia dies. Can coat with a range of thicker materials, things like multiple layers of card. It could be your thicker fabrics, it could be your cottons, your felts, your denims, your craft metals, your leather. Lots of different options when it comes to the materials that you can be cutting with these dies. £18.40 or $30.40, an amazing saving of £51.97 or $81.85. And I know Debbie's got a little bit of inspiration to share with you with these fantastic multimedia dies.
Yeah, I love a mixed media die. I think because they do offer you, again, that versatility, but more so because of what they can cut out and what they can create. I love a bit of home decor, so photo frames are great. So I've just took the square ones. So, and I've got some mount board, because mount board is a really thick, hard material to cut. And even though, if I turn that round, even though our die is thinner than what our mount board is, because of that thickness and the pressure of the Gemini, it means I can cut through that. What I also love about it, it means, maybe we could check actually, Nicola, if we've got any mount board on the website, because it would be great to have that. It might be in the outlet sale, so have a look. What I love about this is people pay a lot of money, Lily, for mounts for their photographs. You can now make your own mounts. You literally can cut whatever shape you want in. So if you want a mount where you've got this one, you literally can cut that out. But if you want a mount that you just want to frame a smaller photograph, you've then got a completely different size mount as well. So they're really great for that. Now, the other thing that I love doing with our mixed media dies is creating home decor like coasters. So I'm going to cut this out so you can see the frame. So let's just use our low tack tape and just tape those down. That way it will just stop them moving in our machine. There is a different platform for your thicker dies. So if you have a Gemini, you'll know that in the booklet what it says. If you've got any other machine, it might just be a slightly different variation, but just check your user manual. So we're just going to cut those in, and I'm cutting 2 because I want to show you how easy they are to to cut that frame out as well. So I am putting in, I've put in my bottom cutting mat, then my metal shim, and then I've put in my mount board and my dies, then my plastic shim, and then my top cutting plate. So what I have took out is my magnetic shim, and then we've popped in our metal shim. Now, you might find that you don't always need your metal shim, but because I'm cutting through 2 different dies in the same place, I thought I would just pop that through. Never worried about the crashing and the banging of your machine, because that just means it's working. It's a thicker plate combination, but also as it sounds like it's working harder. If your machine didn't like it, it just wouldn't take it in. So don't feel like you're going to break your machine by putting it in. It would just pass it back out if it didn't like it. So we're going to take these ones out like so, and then this is going to give me my cutout. Now what I love about this, which is incredible, is the ease of how it cuts out thick mount board. So I'm just trying to be really careful with my tape there. So this gives me straight away what I would class as your coaster. So you get lots of coasters that shape. We've got the circle ones, people have circle coasters. That is a great coaster, but we can do more to make that stronger and also make sure that it doesn't get damaged at all. And then what we're going to do is just take this one away, and you can see you've now got your mount for whatever photograph that you want to put that through. So I absolutely love that. If you wanted to, you could cut through your magnetic shim, put that on the back as well, and then you could have a fridge magnet photograph. So there's different ways of being able to use your thicker dies. So there's great use for your matte and layering dies. And also, if you love sewing and you want to cut out your patchwork and you just want those squares, these are going to cut through at least 8 layers of your fabric, which is incredible. So the mixed media dies are a must-have. Right, this morning I promised you that I would do this coaster because we had these stencils on the show. So I've just took my dotty one, and let's find the, I'm going to use the big one. If you were to use those circle ones, Lily, you could have used the actual circle one in here, which would be really cool. But I want to cover all of this. So I'm going to use that over the top. Let's just put a little bit of tape just to hold that into place. So just on the top there. And that's just going to hold it into place. Actually, what I might do so that doesn't move, I am going to just do what I said earlier, turn that round and then just put a little bit of tape over your actual card and your stencil. And that will just keep that into position as well. So it's not going to move. So we've got 2 bits that are keeping that in position. And then what we're going to use whatever colour your decor is. I've got a lot of greens in my house, so I'm just going to use my grasshopper, taking my ink applicator as well. So you can use your brush, your applicator, and I'm also using, you would have seen, is my pigment ink pad. Now the pigment is what's going to give you the wettest ink. You can also do it with your duets as well, so they're a great one to use. And then all I'm going to do is load up my applicator with that beautiful green. And then I'm also going to have at the ready, we've got some clear embossing powder. You've got lots of different ones on the market, so the clear embossing powder. And I'm also got my translucent clear as well. All will become clear in a second. And then what I've also got is just a scrap piece of card that I can put my piece onto for when I start to emboss and put my embossing powder on. So I'm just making sure I've got everything prepared, and I've also got this plugged in as well, so you do need your heat tool. So that's at the ready. So we're going to put plenty of ink on, so literally go through those pieces. So even though we're doing this onto a thick piece of mount board, you're still going to get that amazing detail through there. So let's pop that on there. It's a good job I had my nails done, isn't it? Got my glitzy one. I see you've got red nails for Christmas as well, Lily.
We're both matching, aren't we, Debbie? Kind of,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought I have to go for Christmas red.
Yeah, I do love glitzy nails. I won't tell you what the nail polish is called. I'll tell you off air because it's quite a funny name actually.
Ooh, okay.
But the glittery one is called Ruby Slippers.
Oh, how magical. I love that.
Yeah, so...
unfortunately, I think mine's just got a number. It's like 384 or something. Something really boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not very exciting, is it?
So my daughter does them. So
nice.
She's a beautician. So I'm quite lucky. So she does my nails.
That was my little treat yesterday afternoon. After I'd done my craft along, got a bit of prep done, went down to the nail salon, got mine done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but a little Saturday afternoon treat.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to get them done for Christmas.
Certainly is.
So I'm putting plenty on because I want to make sure that that's nice and wet and that's completely covered. You can use whatever stencils that you want. Let's pop that to the side. Get rid of that, and then we can take this one off. So just taking that away, bringing that off, just like so.
Oh,
and that
wow.
gives us our gorgeous design. So really nice, funky polka dot, what's the word?
Pattern? Coaster?
Coaster.
There we go.
Coaster. So let's pop that on there. Right, we're going to use this. Now what I do want to use is a triple emboss technique.
Oh, okay.
Because it just, and what that's going to do, Lily, it's going to seal it as well, because it's going to give you that shiny surface, but it's going to seal it really well as well. If you do have any varnish or Mod Podge spray, it's good to put that over the top as well, and that'll stop your mugs and that sticking to it or pulling it away. So it's good to have something else. So all we're going to do is sprinkle this over the top to start with, and then we're going to do some heat embossing. Now I've got 2 pieces of card because you have to move fairly quickly with this to get that triple emboss technique, but the first one I'm not worrying about, and I'll show you in a second why not. So we're going to just tap that off, pop that onto another piece, and then we will pop that into the pot.
If you're looking for last-minute Christmas gifts, then this is going to be perfect, isn't it? You could just do somebody a set of coasters, be a lovely Christmas present, wouldn't it?
Such a nice present, yeah, absolutely. Just missed a bit on the edges there, so we're just going to go in with those. Right, so let's heat these. I love our heat tool, Lily. It means I can still talk, still hear you when I'm heat embossing. So I absolutely love these. So that's all you would need is your heat embossing tool. Hold it over where your embossed detail is, and you can see it will start to go. So it gives you that beautiful shiny effect. Now a lot of people, and I quite like it as well, that first lay down you almost get like a little bobbly effect, and I quite like that because it gives you some textures. But a triple emboss means that it gives you a completely shiny look and just looks incredible. But what I am going to do, because this is just the stencils that we've put on here, we're going to heat emboss this. So once this is finished, just making sure that that is all covered. So just go back over any that you can see that maybe hasn't completely melted, because that's all it is. We're just melting powder on top of our colour. So we're just going to go on to that. So once you know that that's all taken, I'll take that away, and this is where we then bring in our clear one, because the clear one you can then go straight over the whole top. Preferably one that's clean. This one's not very clean, but I think it's okay to use. And all we're going to do is go directly over the top, just making sure we're covering all that surface. You can always reapply this afterwards if you feel like you've missed a bit or you haven't got enough gap. But by saturating it, it means that you've got a lay down of colour, or not a lay down of colour, sorry, a lay down of your ink, and then we can go in and put our embossing powder over it all. Oh, we've got a few little bits in that one.
A few little stragglers there, yeah. They're little bits of die-cut pieces.
I think they are, and I'm
else?
going to just take them out because they then won't get stuck on anybody's project. Right, so once we've got that one, we're just going to tap that down. And you can see I've got that then completely covered. So we'll then just take that, pop that onto that one again. That's why I like to go between the two, so we're not, we're making sure that we're keeping it all clean and tidy. And then we're just going to keep this to the side, but I'm keeping my lid off on this one.
Okay.
We don't need any more of our ink, so we'll pop that to the side. I am keeping this one here because we're going to heat emboss, but we're going to then very quickly put some more embossing powder over the top.
Right, okay. It's a fabulous technique, this one. I love this technique. I think it's one of those, it's quite an old one, but I think we tend to forget about techniques like this. So it's nice to see them sort of used again.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see already really that we're getting that amazing shine over it all. And we've now evened out those little dots. They're now starting to go much more smoother. So we're just making sure that that all melts in. Now remember, this is the second. Don't feel like you have to then go in with another 2 more, because your triple emboss includes the dots at the beginning, because we don't want to put any more than the 3. If you put too many, it won't work, because it will just start pooling.
Okay.
So you have to make sure that that's all even heat. And then if you do miss any, you could go in afterwards, but then you take that away and literally just put that straight over.
Okay.
So going straight over, that means it's still wet enough. We've kept it wet enough because we've heated it to still create that look. So pop that onto there. You'll see I've missed a tiny bit there, but I'm not going to worry about that. We're literally just going to tap that off and heat this. And this will be your last one. And they dry really quick, but you can make yourself a really cool set of table mats quite quickly. That are very different to anything else that are out there.
Definitely. I mean, how about perhaps personalising them? So maybe you've got someone in your family whose favourite colour is blue, do one in blue, maybe one in pink for somebody else, etc., etc. Or maybe personalise the different stencils you're using. So lots of different options to make these really customised to you, and I think there's something really special about that. Maybe it's going to be on Christmas morning, you're getting whatever you might be having for your Christmas breakfast out, getting the pot of tea out or the pot of coffee, and everyone's got their very own personalised coaster. I think that would be absolutely fabulous. A real special little finishing touch when it comes to Christmas Day.
Absolutely. And then if we're going to let that dry a bit, but look at can you see the shine?
Oh my gosh,
the
wow.
shine in there is absolutely beautiful. And then it's just, and now it's started, so we've got nearly that hard, because now it's our placemat, so you can literally now use that, and it's waterproof as well. So absolutely, just a different technique, different way of doing that.
That is absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much, Debbie. I love seeing that. I'm feeling super inspired. I think I might have to create some of those myself. Jamie in my ear, he's not a crafter, but he might be before we soon know, because he's loving those. He loves a coaster, he loves a hot drink, cup of tea. But what an amazing demonstration. Starting off with those multimedia nesting dies. Details on your screen for those ones. It's a 3-piece collection. You're getting your squares, you're getting your circles and your triangles as well. 25 dies in total for just £18.40 or $30.40. Now we do have a result in already for demo of the show. It's also going to be demo of the day as well. We're going to have to do, tonight's going to be demo of the week, isn't it? A little bit later.
Oh, yes, it's Sunday. Yes,
Sunday.
of course.
I've just realised what day it was. I thought, oh yeah. So later on tonight on Second Chance Sunday, we will be doing that vote for demo of the week. But demo of the show, and therefore demo of the day, is going to, I have to say, it was an absolute labour of love. It looks amazing. It's demo number 3.
Oh, thank you so much. I do love that card. It's so beautiful and so easy to do. And I love the fact that I've made it from complete the start to finish, because it means that you can do that one. And I love the fact that Lily's already done a craft along with that card, because it is beautiful. So thank you for voting that one.
Fantastic. What an amazing demonstration that was. And if you did miss that section of the show, or perhaps you want to go back and actually craft along in real time with Debbie, absolutely you can do that. Do just go on the catch-up section of our website, and you can absolutely be doing that. Now, 12 days of Craftmas, we are day 10. Yeah, would you believe it? 10th of December. Every single morning as part of our 12 days of Craftmas event, we've been spinning that wheel. This morning it landed on 5 off 30. That means any purchase you're making that's over £30 or $30, you can get £5 or $5 off just by using the code 5OFF. That's a single-use code. Standard T's and C's do apply, but you can be using it on bundles that are already discounted, which is absolutely incredible to grab yourself an absolute bargain today. But that one is going to end at 11:59 p.m. tonight. Ready in time for tomorrow morning. Craig is going to be spinning that wheel. Where it's going to land, nobody knows. Lots of different options. It could be flash sale, bonus points, 2 free gifts discount, lots of different options that could be when it comes to tomorrow's 12 days of Craftmas. But today it's all about giving you £5 or $5 off your purchases over £30 or dollars. Now, just before the end of this masterclass, of course, at 6 o'clock, we do have our Second Chance Sunday coming up. Do just want to quickly remind you of the details of our Gemini 2 die cutting and embossing machine. It's been one of our most popular items throughout the day here on Crafters TV. £159.99 or $239.99 if you're part of our Platinum Club. Best ever price we've ever brought to you on this A4 size die cutting machine. All the features you'll find and video content as well over on our website if you want to learn a little bit more about that amazing machine. But I'm sure we will be featuring it in more detail on tonight's Second Chance Sunday in just over an hour's time. That's us done for Masterclass. A big thank you to Debbie. Super inspiring as always, amazing demonstrations. So thank you, Debbie. Myself and Debbie will be back up for Second Chance Sunday in just an hour's time. Last 2 live hours of the week, we're going to be sharing with you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, of course. We'll round up the week, all the best deals, all in one place. So do make sure you join us in just over an hour's time for Second Chance Sunday. A big thank you to all of you who joined us for this 2-hour masterclass. It's, as always, lovely to have your company, and we'll be seeing you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.